Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. Refactor this so that it's not 383 train like the rest of them, because I initially put that down. I was like, yeah. So the African train is going to output, as it is doing now, it's going to output to this main worldwide network. I didn't really want all of this science, this research. I didn't want that on my worldwide network, but it's there now. I plan to take it off by breaking this once I no longer need that connection to Africa. And then again, it'll have its one connection here. And then I'm going to build another one up in Russia. And I'm going to build another one down here in Southeast Asia, or maybe in India. But it's kind of like a copy-paste sort of thing. The idea being that I can... this is going to cause a bunch of lag. But the idea being that I can take this, put it like here in northern India, right? Or like there, right there. And then I just have to connect it to all the resources that are around it that can feed it. And so placement matters because I gotta place it correctly. Belts and power poles and rails and stuff. And then everything's being built here in this one little factory, which is crazy how much work this thing's put in. It's a beast. So this blueprint requires 34,000 rail and 24,000 belt. And right now, the rail is down, the power poles are down, the roboports are down. Down with the sickness, they are. Kind of like Dino. I'm sick. Kind of like Dino. I'm sick. Gray Hill, I'm not really preferential on what I'm doing. Only thing I wanted first was the power poles and roboports. After that, I'm just picking something and going, go. Kind of going by what's the highest quantities and what's related to them. And what I've got enough of to kind of like build. Because I don't think it matters. It's non-functional. It's not like I'm going to power it up right away and go, 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 you know? I don't want to dump everything into chests and then run out of stuff or over consume, because I haven't, this is my very first time building this build. I designed it last week. I'm very happy with the design, but I've not actually done what I'm doing right now. I've not actually built it. Now, I usually practice things. I do them all in the editor. I get them the way I want, and then I bring them out. But lots of requests for me to do this work here live. So I designed it live. I'm building it live. You know, so a lot of experimentation and seeing what works and putting up with some headaches and trying not to fix all of the electrical connections that drive me absolutely nuts. It's not like I'm in a jailhouse, but I am rocking. I copy them and then right-click to delete the things I don't want. Not that they're building only one thing at a time, it's that I have multiple blueprints. So this blueprint is a copy of this blueprint. So I'll show you what it does. I hit copy here. And it's really slow because it's using a lot of memory. And then I put it here. And then I decide what it is that I'm going to keep. So the things I'm going to keep, I'm going to keep pretty much none of it. I think I'll be keeping modules. So this probably inserters. I've already done these. I've already done lamps. I might do pipes and inserters here. And what I'm thinking about is what's going to draw power, because I'm running off of nuclear power, but I want to do those last things last. Those heavy electricity things, I want to do them last. So this one is just going to be a bunch of pipes. Now, I could just put the whole blueprint down. And if I do put the whole blueprint down, what would happen is the bots would all be stupid and just build here and there and all the way across. And then it would take forever for anything to get done. And I wouldn't know what I've used or what I haven't used. On and on and on and on and on. So I'm doing it slightly overly controlling. Way too much controlling. And enjoying the process, because I do enjoy it. Well, Gray Hill, neither have I. And Zoe, I agree with you 100%. If the machine is not functional, then the machine shouldn't take power. And if the beacon is not functioning, or at the very least, the beacon should have a low power mode, right? If the beacon is not transmitting to an active machine, the beacon should not consume power. Consuming 480 kilowatts just for sitting there. Oh yeah, sure, it's emitting. I can see it's emitting. Come on. In Gray Hill, regarding never made anything that large, and that big. You see that person's name on that train, Mucky? He's the cunt that caused me to make this. And he's Australian, so I can call him that. He has an 11K MegaBase. And I was trying to help him by offering suggestions. And as is my nature, I was too helpful. That is, I was being a jerk and a bully and backseating too much. Yeah, it's because we don't have the right enunciation. For us, it is an insult. It's cutting like a knife. When an Australian uses the word, it's like they're using the back of a spoon to spread some marmalade. When an American uses the word, it's like they're using a knife to cut a piece of flesh. Anyhow, so Mucky has an 11K base. I was watching, I was trying to offer suggestions. I was being a bit of a jerk and a backseating bully. And he goes, well, you know what? When you make your own 10K base, you can tell me how to do it. So, being that I I got a case of the ass because I'm an obnoxious prick. I'm building my own 11K base. Just so I can learn. Not out of spite. Not at all. Oh, you know what? I I have a small tip for everybody who's playing and has blueprints that they've placed and they're waiting for the biters, or the biters, they're waiting for the robots to build stuff. If the robots aren't building anything, check to make sure that your stuff isn't sitting in chests instead of chests. Because if your stupid bots aren't picking up your stupid stuff, then maybe it's because your stupidness didn't put them into chests that they could get to. Just a thought. Oh, beautiful voice. Well, they're all busy. Welcome, 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 welcome. Doing all right. Building that first space complex. How are you? I don't think I need these anymore. I'm hesitant to clear these off, but something's happening here. Swear they look like Space Invaders. Nom, 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 nom. Tell me I'm wrong. Damn it. You need to hurry up and fill up. So could this Dino Cutie Butt, we could replace your name into this song lyrics instead of Build Me Up Buttercup. It could be Build Me Up Dino Cutie Butt. Just saying it would fit. Enjoy the game. Swain, that is perfectly fine for you to not be English first language, and thank you for the kind words. I really do appreciate it. I do scream sometimes. When stupid things happen, I do scream. But I try not to. I'm trying not to be that hyper, hey, crazy stuff. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm in this for the long haul. Let's play for a while. So, do me a favor and go visit Reach. He needs people to say hi. Thank you. All right, this is almost hooked up. Yeah, I gotta go over to Zuranka. All right, let's see if that can finish or if it's gonna screw up. What I'm doing right now is I'm building my first spaceport, space complex, silo complex in Africa. And I will not be going to the land down under on this playthrough. I don't have the ship's mod installed, and I don't need the resources in Aussie land. Yeah, you can tell when I started using the roboports again, when I started building things, right? Over the past 10 hours, doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing. Oh, you're doing stuff. And then, everything else had to turn on. And yes, beacons doing nothing are taking up as much power as the rest of my factory entirely. Oh, I didn't notice that these were filtered. I'll have to put that back later. You're in the way. But that's where I want it to go. So here's what I'm going to do, because we're not using you. We're going to send you over to storage. And then we're going to take you, and we're just going to rob everything from here. Wait here until you're full. Wait here until you're empty. Go. Gray Hill, yes, I have used the Stage Blueprints mod. And I find it to be good, but not good enough for what I need. Maybe I'm just not good enough to use it the way it should be. If you look at this blueprint, this build, this factory here, it's built as if I had the Stage Blueprints mod. Because I start by putting down some of it, and then I've got these. This is the result of what you would get if you use the Stage Blueprints mod, right? So it's being a little pain. That is a bug in the game, and I hope they fix that. Hi, kitty cat. So it thinks there's a blueprint here that has not been downloaded, but it doesn't show me that there's a blueprint here that has not been downloaded. And I cannot select this, and I cannot select from it. I don't know what is wrong with this, but it won't let me select it. So anyhow, I can't show you what I was going to show you, but you can see here that these blueprints are staged and that they just go from one to the next to the next. And then I do the same thing with this other larger blueprint. Which is to say that I take this one, and I turned it sideways for this, but it used to be this, and then I have all of these other blueprints that it just extends from. So I highly recommend the Stage Blueprint mod. Yeah, well, Gray Hill, you and I are on the same page. I had a hard time with it. What I ended up doing is that, and I can't show it to you right now, I gave up on it. What I do is I use editor extensions. Have you ever heard of that mod, editor extensions? I use editor extensions and I just have a grid. Yeah. I use editor extensions and I have a grid and I just have all of these laid out. Every one of these blueprints is in there, and that's how I make them. and that way I can just quickly update. And I have two philosophies. One of them, if you look at this, base 1 is a collection of all of them, right? So it starts out as just this, and then I add that. So it's got 1 and 2 in it. And when you look at this one, base 2, it's got A, and then B has A and B. But then when I went to the larger one, because these factories, this factory is a staged blueprint. But and it starts with this one. It starts with just the rails and the power ports and the power poles and the roboports. And then the next one is just 1/3 of it. It's just the top third. And then the next one is just the middle. Right? Because they're not interwoven very much. And because they're not interwoven, it was just a lot easier for me to split them that way. Wow, it made it all the way over here. Are you able to make blueprints upgrade buildings without using the upgrade planner manually? No. What I did is I have certain blueprints. I have the upgrade blueprints in my list, right? So between E and F, I have an upgrade planner. And that upgrade planner is labeled E, and it has the red belt. And it's an upgrade planner that upgrades the yellow to the red and the yellow to the blue. So the same thing when I'm upgrading from chests from iron to storage chests. So yeah, I haven't been able to do it. There is a mod called that is a modified deconstruction planner that will help you with that, but I haven't worked with it yet. Oh look, got stuck. Stupid stuck. You bring me down. Cool. Alright, what's missing in here? 500 lamps. That's 200 lamps. And that's 200 lamps. I don't think I need to pull your lamps because I have a whole bunch over here. I took those and put them in the trash too soon. I don't think I need anything from you. Just hang out. Let's clear off these things and their request. Obviously not working very well. $7,500. So I still need one more thing of green circuits, but those aren't, or green inserters, but those aren't here. Hmm. Dwayne, why don't I have research running? Because the research I could be doing is massively expensive. And my factories that I'm relying on, this factory that I live off of, if research is running, which is down here and down here, because I'd have to make rocket parts, if those were running, all of the iron and steel and copper that I produce would get consumed by these. This factory is not designed to run all three of these. I would have to increase this. I would have to get more materials. So I can't afford to run research and build this outpost at the same time. Because they're so expensive. Because, you know, they're level 10s and 20s and stuff like that. And I don't plan to do any of the serious research. The research that's going to win me the game or set me at 10K is going to be follower robot count, which requires military science. I plan to do an all science thing, which includes military science. And I'm going to hold off on that until I have all of my space complexes running. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to turn off several of these mods. Oh, yeah. So I have the small nuclear power. I have a small Um, 500 megawatt 4 reactor layout that has got steam buffering and is bot fed and is very well balanced. Um, and that is what has taken over Portugal and Spain. So the fact that they just need water connections. I'm processing the uranium here and not doing a very good job of it, but recently I started doing the same thing on Italy with the design that Fennec created, and this design is a 2 gigawatt 12 or 14 reactor beast, which just makes me erect just looking at it. I added a couple of buffers where I could, but this thing is an amazing thing, and it's I've spec'd out where I'm going to put it. Right, so eventually it will, you know, take over as I need it. I'll just plop these down. It looks like something's in the way. So that's poorly placed. That's a problem. I might have I might have to update something here. And then I know I've got to get rid of these trees. And I'm gonna eventually build this stuff just like I did the others in advance of when I need it. No, I use circuits so that I'm not running them continuously. These inserters are set to look at the steam. If the steam stored in these tanks is greater than 50,000, then these inserters are disabled, and so they won't allow fuel to be put in. So all of these tanks are wired on the red network, and then all of these inserters are wired on the red network. It's so simple after the fact once you understand how it works. But when I was trying to understand it, it was so confusing, and I I wish I had spent more time trying to understand it because in hindsight it was something I should have understood easier. All right, at what point do I turn these sideways? There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think I still have one more that needs to be done. And that's going to be a long run. And I need to do one more. I think I can get away with doing it with something in here. All right, that takes care of that. I think it's going to be necessary, although not really possible. Not really easily possible. To use pumps on this water, because that's a long ways. My kitty cat found the little surprise I left for her of a mouse tucked into the edge of the seat cushion, little fake mouse. And she swatted it and crushed it and beat it up a bunch and then jumped up on the couch all satisfied with herself that she had done her hunting. All right, that'll get built. Oh boy, it's a good thing I got other stuff to do in this game because this would suck. Yes. And can you make it? Yeah, I think you can. Now we're going to try and apply power to Coke Door, although I have no idea what to do with it, but I'm going to try and apply power to it. So we're going to run the power up this way, and then we're going to run it over that way as much as we can without doing tons and tons of landfill. Ooh, that actually looks like it'll go really well. I'm pretty sure this is broken, but that's okay. Nope, it works. Gosh. All right, let's see how things are going here. Still got 6,000 more. We started at 24,000, so we're down to 7,000. So I need some more stations. I think King has those. Yeah, I thought I told the train to come here with fuel. Good. That'll fill all the way up. And we still have how much? We have 2,800 there and 3,000 there, so we have almost exactly 5,000 belt here. And we need 6,000 belts, so I need to get 1,000 more belt. And that's what Lycom's here for. He'll have 1,000 more belt. Good boy, like him. You get a cookie. I'm gonna go out and build these pieces of rail that can't be built because they're outside the blueprint network. Or the bot network by just a little bit. Jesus, this thing's huge. There's still some rail.